I'm so excited to have been asked to be part of this group honoring Julie and her 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Let me show you the layout that I have decided to scrap lift from Julie. It's this one here that she did on her YouTube channel. And I just really love all the vibrant colors of the sunset. And I had the perfect photo. Actually, I have several photos of sunsets. I like to take photos of sunsets. And I have this photo right here that I actually took on a recent trip to Florida. And the funny thing about this is I actually took this photo with scrap lifting this layout in mind. And I actually took this. This happened before Julie asked me to participate in this celebration video hop. So as soon as she asked me, I knew exactly the layout that I wanted to recreate. So, and I've got on my desk here some of the, I pulled different cardstock colors that I thought coordinated quite well with this photo. So I am going to go ahead and cut these down and come right back and lay it out. I went ahead and I've put the strips where I want them at about the width that I want them. And I want to do some treatment to each one of these strips. If you look at Julie's original, she did some treatment. She tore the edges and left the white and curled that up to make it look like the waves, but I don't really have waves in my photo. So what I wanted to do, I want to bring in some more of this orange color. To me, the orange is kind of over top of these purple hues. So what I want to do is bring in some of my Distress Oxide, and this is dried marigold, and a blending brush. And I thought if I could get some of that, bring some of that orange onto this, I think this is Moody Mauve from Stampin' Up, and then this is a Close to My Heart color, and forgive me, I don't know my colors from Close to My Heart that well. I don't remember what that one was called, but I thought if I could bring in some of this orange and sponge it onto these colors to mimic the sunset. So let me move this aside, and I don't have anything adhered down yet. And if I bring in, let's bring this one over, and let's bring in our blending brush, and let's try just to bring some of that color down over top of this kind of a mauve-y color. Now I've brought in my almost finished layout, and I lost the recording of how I did the embossing and the sparkles on there, so I'm just going to real quickly show you how I've used the embossing folder. And this is a 3D embossing folder from Stampin' Up, and I think it was called Wave, which would make sense, wouldn't it? But I will look that up, and I will have that linked for you down below with the rest of the supplies that I used and links to purchase the supplies if you are interested in that. I do make a small commission if you purchase from my website, which of course helps me then to bring you more videos on YouTube here. So then of course that was a little bit, it wasn't long enough. You can't fit the whole thing in the embossing folder. So I did take it out and flip it around and put it through a second time. Now to avoid the, and you'll see it here in a minute when I take the folder out of there, I did get that kind of a crease in the middle. To avoid that crease, what I did on the layout, and I forgot to do it here, was to hang the edge of the open end of the folder off the edge of the platform just slightly, and that helped to eliminate that crease. And then to get the sparkle, I wanted to get a little bit of sparkle because it looked like the sun was kind of shimmering on the water. I'm going to be bringing in my Wink of Stella brush, and I will first just simply paint on the waves themselves, and then you'll see that I'll bring in a fan brush to do some more of the sparkles. And the fan brush is definitely a thing that I got from Julie. I've seen her do that numerous times in her videos. While I'm doing this, let me tell you a little bit about this sunset and where we were. We go on vacation every year and down to Florida, warmer climates, and there is a place there called JB's Fish Camp, and it is on the lagoon side, and they have the most stunning sunsets. And here you can see the fan brush that I'm going to use to tap off. So anyway, they have the most stunning sunsets. So it has become tradition for us to go and have dinner early, and you know, it's a very nice dinner. You sit outside on the docks, on the picnic tables, and then when you're finished eating, you can go walk out on the dock with your drink, whatever, you know, your iced tea, or in this case, a beer, or whatever you want, and watch the sunset over the horizon. And every time you go, it is just absolutely stunning. So you see here, I've decided to make kind of a black mat around the whole layout. The reason I needed a kind of a mat around it is because that Misty Moonlight piece, the darkest blue, I only had, it's from Stampin' Up, and it doesn't come in 12 by 12. So I had to make a frame style layout around that. And I just thought that black really set it off from the white border. And then of course I mounted it on the 12 by 12 white, willow white from Stampin' Up. And now I've got the different embellishments that I've created, and I got that seagull and that saying there from the Stamp of the Month from, it's an old one from Close to My Heart. And to color that, what I did was, and I've got actually a short that I'll kind of link up here in the corner that shows how I just use my watercolor brush and a pool of ink, and just gently watercolor that in. I didn't want a real solid colored image, and I like the freedom you have with watercoloring better than using like a blending brush, if that makes sense. All right, so now Julie had some tags on it, so I cut out a couple of tags using some dies from my stash, and I am taking that orange again and sponging over the top of that. I think it was Mist or Mink. I always got those two colors mixed up. I think it's Mink. And that's anyway what I used for the sky color up there. So I'm using that orange to blend over the top of that. And then I've got my Misty Moonlight ink pad from Stampin' Up, and a wood grain stamp that I had in my stash from Close to My Heart. And I'm going to stamp over top of that tag and kind of bring in that wood grain from the deck. And yeah, I realized after I was done, I think I probably used Mink ink on the other tag, because that tag came out a little bit darker than the other one. And then I'm just going to put these embellishments around there. I've got my subtitle, these little sunglasses, the little sunglasses, and that bottle, and those flip-flops there, as well as that arrow, all came from that stamp set from Close to My Heart. So I've stamped and die cut those out. I thought it was nice to do the flip-flops and the drink in, actually it's papaya ink from, or no, Calypso Coral maybe, from Stampin' Up, and I thought that really kind of matched the orangey colors in the photo of the sunset. And then the arrow I thought just needed a little something to kind of give it a little bit of presence, so I took a sponge dauber and then sponged around the different edges, and I thought that that kind of acted as a nice grounding piece for the seagull. And then of course you cannot leave naked tags, so I got some of the polka dot trim from Stampin' Up, and I cut two separate pieces and layered them on the tag and then staple them together. If I had just threaded it through and stapled it together, that you wouldn't have seen, you'd only have seen one side of the polka dot, because you would have seen, you know, like the back side, like the inside, it would be inside out. So that's why I cut them apart and stapled them together. Then to adhere the rest of it, I'm just using some liquid glue, and I've got that little saying from that stamp set, and I stamped it on white. But before I stamped it, I took my blending brush and the Misty Moonlight ink and very gently went over the white cardstock, and then I stamped it with the black and cut it out. And then those little sunglasses, I'm showing you how I use the black glitter brush on the sunglasses. And yeah, I think that about does it. I'll just hold this up for you so you can see a little bit of that shimmer and shine. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you like this finished product. And if you do, please don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button down below. And for more crafty ideas, check out the playlist and all the other ladies on screen.